Welcome to the Ads on Craft Room. We're here again with another project for you. This time we are going to do a Christmas t-shirt with rhinestones. So we're going to show you how to use the Brother Rhinestone Starter Kit. So with this kit we'll have everything that you need to create your own rhinestones, which is we did on this shirt, or you can use many of the 50 patterns that come with the kit. So in the kit, this is your workbox. So this is your workbox. In there you will have a brush for your rhinestones, you will have a pick, and you will have a workboard. Okay, so when you're doing this, we will show you how to use this. You can do this all in the lid here of the workbox. So what else do we need for our rhinestones, or for this project actually? We're going to use this glitter HTV, which is green glitter flex hollow, so it picks up lots of other little colours, perfect for our trees. We will need our stone block vinyl, and we will need Digimask. So we will need these two to create our template for placing our stones. Alright, so this is our pattern. So when you purchase any of these products here from Adson, you will get this pattern. So we will take this pattern into Canvas Workspace, where we will create little holes in the trees for our rhinestones. So I have my design here. So once you have purchased the Rhinestone Starter Kit, you have an activation code which you will put into Canvas Workspace. That will give you the 50 patterns. It will also give you this little function over here for creating your own stone holes. So first of all, we're going to change the colour of these trees to a very pale colour so we can see what we are, where we are placing our stones. So we'll make them a pale green yellow colour. Oh, that's good. Alright, so now we come over here to our stones. Now there are a multitude of sizes. So we are going to make our holes size 10, but we will also do a template for our stones and make them size 20. So we've got it up here at size 10. So we will go along here and we'll pop our stones around in the tree into various places like this. Alright, so there's our stones. Now if you wanted to move them around, right, we can go over here to our layers and select it, and then we can click on each of the stones and reposition them to your liking once you've got them on the tree. Okay. So now we will come up here to our file and we will export that FCN file. I always save everything to my computer and a USB, so we can come back here, export our file back to our machine. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the trees away and I am going to click on each of these here, and I'm going to make these size 20 because that's the size of our stones that we're going to use. So we don't want the big holes on our vinyl, we want them for our stone vinyl that we're going to create the pattern out of. So I'll just go along and make this separate one size 20. Okay? So I've got the bigger holes here for my stones. So I'll continue with that, and then I will save that as a separate file. Alright, so we will retrieve our pattern that we have created. Okay, now we need to mirror image our design. First of all, I need to group it together first. Okay, and we will mirror image our design. We'll do a background scan of our map because we've already got something cut out from our vinyl. And we'll lighten our background so we can see. I like to try and be very thrifty with our vinyl. No, I won't do it over there. So we'll have to just go back to where we were. Go through here to cut. And our half cut on. Our pressure will go up to 2. Then our big comes on. 3. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, 3 for the big one. Alright, we will now weed out our tree. So I'll cut along my weeding box. Right, so we're going to weed out the little stone holes. Now, to weed around your lettering, it is a good idea to have a look at your design so you can see what you need to weed out. So just turn it over and just check that you have got all your bits weeded out, and you'll see our little holes there for the trees, which can be left like that, but we are going to add rhinestones. The rhinestones are what we call heat fix rhinestones, so they are heated by the iron or the press. So there we have our Merry Christmas with the little holes in the trees, which can be left like that because it does look quite nice and the colour of your t-shirt shows through. But we are now going to cut our template with our stone block for our rhinestones. Just be careful when you're using paperback products that you don't put them onto a brand new, as our mat is, brand new sticky mat. So we put that onto, you know, a well-used mat or your low-tack mat. So I have my template. I do need to mirror image, so it will match. No, I don't need to mirror image. Sorry about that. We're not cutting vinyl. So a mat that's not highly sticky, and if you're a little bit unsure on the stickiness, we will add some tape. don't want any movement or a bit unsure on it, just add some painter's tape so nothing will move. You just don't want the paper backing sticking to your mat and not being able to get it off. Now, it is a good idea if you're unsure to do a test cut. So we still only do the test cut. Alright, so now we have got our stone flock on our mat and our pattern. So we are going to go through and cut this out. We'll just go and check our settings. So we have our half cut on, our pressure on 3, that is all good to go, and we will cut out our pattern. Before I pull it off. Yep, good to go. Okay, so we will just take our block off the backing and it'll come off and leave. I'll just cut this across here actually. Just don't need the whole thing. So we'll pull that off, and then any little bits that don't come clean, we'll just take them off. So we can scrape them off, we throw them away, because when we're finished we keep this and put it back on so we can reuse it again. So once you've done cut out a pattern with the rhinestones, you don't have to keep cutting that same pattern again. You just reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. Okay. Alright, so there we are with all our little holes cut out. We will take the lid of our workbox, and this is our workboard, which is glossy on one side. There is a sticker that says to only use this glossy side. We will pop that down onto there. Now, these are my rhinestones. They are hot fix rhinestones, and you buy them from the bead trimming and craft company at Stone's Corner in Brisbane. They do mail order, and I bought a mixed pack for this so that I had various colours, and I sat down, separated them into their different colours. Alright, so you can just sprinkle on a few of each of your colours. Like so. You can adjust them later once we've got them in place, and you can move them around if you don't like the position. Alright, so we put them on. Then this brush that comes with your kit, okay, we will use that then, and that will move that around, and that will push the stones into the holes for you. So you will get a few that just don't pop in. So you can put them in yourself with this tool that also comes with the kit. So we can just use that, or any that are flipped over, just flip them back over into the closet. And just being these are size 20, so they're nice and easy. The smaller ones, of course, are a lot more fiddly. Just turn these over and push these into the holes. Okay, now because we've done them with the different colours, so they do look like you've got little lights on there. So I did spend a bit of time and moved them around so I didn't have two of the same colour next to each other. So we will do that here. We'll just move a few of these around to another place. We don't want to have two oranges side by side, and the same with our blues and things like that. So we'll just move these around. So make sure you've got them sitting in the holes, because they do have to match up with the holes on the t-shirt. Okay. Right, so just move these out of the way. So next we need our digi mask. Quite this big, so we will Okay, we will now peel this off. Then we have all our rhinestones sitting on there. We will pop this over our shirt and line that up with our holes. Beautifully lined up. And then we will heat set those onto our t-shirt.
So yeah, if you want to release it, just press the red.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, there we have our t-shirt with our rhinestones attached. Now when you are pressing these, sometimes you might get the odd rhinestone that may not stick properly. So I turn my shirt over, I put a towel underneath, and then I use my iron on the ironing board to make sure, because the glue is on the back of the rhinestones, and to make sure that they are stuck down. Okay, you can go along and check them with your finger and make sure, so if any does pop off, that's what you need to do. Okay, so we have our t-shirt. So don't forget, order your heat transfer vinyl and you will get the free pattern.